Hi guys, I'm here to do my April wrap-up and May TBR. So for the month of April, I read 9 books, which is super impressive for me because from the beginning of the year till like the beginning of April, I've kind of been in a huge reading slump. And so 9 books, super impressive, super proud of myself. So fair warning, 2 of the books I started before April, but I finished them in April. Because I'm one of those people that can like read more than one book at once as long as they're like different enough that you're able to tell what's going on in each one apart. Alright, so let's begin. I started it before April. Didn't finish it. Is The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. I wanted to read this book before the movie came out. That obviously didn't happen. I gave it a 3.5 stars on Goodreads. This is the second book in the Maze Runner trilogy, I guess, but there's like sequels and trilogy. We're going with the word trilogy. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this trilogy. I enjoy certain things, other things not so much, but like if I'm gonna keep watching the movies, I want to keep reading the books as well. That way I can compare and contrast the two. The other book that I started before April but didn't finish until April is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm not sure when I started this book, but like it doesn't look good, but it's a pretty big book. It's like almost 600 pages. The reason I read this book is someone told me that if you like the Raven Cycle and if you like the feel of the Raven Cycle and like the characters and stuff, you'll really enjoy this book. And I would agree. The characters in this are super interesting. They're not at all good people though. Like if you liked your protagonist to be a trademark good guy, you're not gonna like this because they're all awful people. I gave this book 4 stars on Goodreads. It took me a while to get through because it's long and it's just one of those books that you can't fly through. Like you have to take time and think about what's going on. It's about a group of college kids in New England, and I don't think it's a spoiler because it's like the first page. They murder someone, and it's them dealing with that. Like I said, not good people. But highly recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. The other book I read in April is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It is the first book in the Grisha trilogy, which is about people. It's like a fantasy book, and the Grisha are people with powers, and there's this void type area where it's just darkness and monsters live there and people die if you go through it. The girl discovers that she's a sun summoner, which means she can basically like bring light, which is really good because, you know, that dark place in the forest area. It's basically about her finding out she is a Grisha and having to deal with all that. I gave this book a 3.54 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a very good start to a series. I'm hoping to read the other 2 soon. But yeah, I liked it. I liked the characters. It was interesting. It was good. I enjoyed it. The Winner's Crime by Marie Rutkowski. This is the second book in the Winner's trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies right now. I haven't read the third one. No spoilers. This book is a roller coaster. So much happens in like not a lot of pages. Like it's fast paced. There's a lot of political intrigue if you're interested in that. And the romance is so good. I'm not gonna lie, the romance is so good. I gave it a 4 stars on Goodreads. Because I don't know, really enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't give it a higher rating. 4 stars just felt right. But look at the beautiful cover. I'm so glad they didn't change the cover for the 3rd book, because like they changed the paperback covers and I really don't like them, and they were gonna change the cover for the 3rd book, but they didn't. So let's all say a little thank you to the people who make those decisions for not changing the covers. I also read Half Lost by Sally Green. This is the last book in the Half Bad or Half-Life trilogy, depending on what you want to call it. This book has a lot of controversy because it's something that happens in it. bother me too much because it's like at the end, but also like the ending's not that great. I think I gave it 3.54 stars because like that ending though. I just like it because it's shiny. Shiny! But yeah, it was alright. I mean, the ending wasn't, it was so sad. Nobody wants a sad ending. Everyone wants happy endings. We didn't get that. And then I also read a book of Spirit of Thieves by Morgan Rhodes. This is the first book in her companion series to the Fallen Kingdoms. I haven't read Fallen Kingdoms, no spoilers. I'm going to start it soon. I have the first one. I just gotta get around to it, but like other books. I read this because kind of in a mood for like fantasy, but not like too fantasy, because this takes place in the world of Mythica, which is the world in the Fallen Kingdoms, and also in modern day Toronto, which I thought was cool being from, you know, Ontario. Like I know Toronto and I know the streets, and it's cool reading a book and being able to like be like, hey, like I've been to that place. It's an interesting feeling. I gave this book 4 stars on Goodreads. Gave a lot of books 4 stars on Goodreads this month. It's about a girl named Crystal, and they get a package at a bookstore that her parents own, and her sister like touches the book and is sent back in, I don't know if it's sent back in time, sent into a different world, into Mythica, where she appears as a spirit to a young man, Max. And the book is about her journey getting back, about the book and how it got to our world. And you don't have to read the Fallen Kingdoms to follow on, because I haven't, and I followed along pretty easily. I flew through this book. But yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, I recommend it. And then because I wanted a quick book, because I thought my Raven King copy would have gotten here, and it didn't, and that was fun. I read The Here Now by Anne Brashears. This doesn't have great ratings on Goodreads. It has like a 3.3. I gave it 3.5 stars. The cover is beautiful, and the book is actually, the book is also beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. This book is about a group of people that travel back in time from like a dystopian future, but they don't want to actually change anything. They just kind of want to live here. It's an interesting take on time travel. I wish there was more about actually time traveling and it was more sci-fi-y. It was very heavy on the romance. I saw a lot of people on Goodreads didn't really relate to the characters or like them. I enjoyed the character. The main love interest, Ethan, I actually really enjoyed. I liked all of his cute names for her. He has a lot of nicknames for her. Some are funny, some are cuter. I enjoyed the romance, but if you don't like the characters or don't like the romance, you're not going to enjoy the book. But yeah, 3.5 stars on Goodreads. And because like my copy of The Raven King still hadn't shown up, I read Magnus Chase and Gods of Asgard, Book 1, The Sword of Summer, because I hadn't read it yet. And this is one of the only Rick Riordan books I haven't read. Well, I've read it now, but the other ones are Book 2 and 3 of the Kane Chronicles. I enjoyed the first one. Don't know why I haven't read the second ones. But yeah, this book is about Magnus Chase. And he is a demigod for Norse mythology. Not going to talk a lot about it because spoilers. I hate being spoiled. I think I got spoiled for The Raven King because I went on Tumblr on my phone where I don't have blacklists and it was my own fault. Yeah. Anyways, this book is super funny. If you like Rick Riordan's writing, you're gonna like this book. Magnus is super sassy. All the characters are wonderful. I love them all. I love Sam, I love Hearth, I love Blitz, I love Magnus. I really enjoyed knowing more about Norse mythology because I already knew like a lot about Greek going into Percy Jackson. I knew very little about Norse. So that was fun. The only thing I wish there was more information on how all the gods in the world get along, because there's Egyptian gods, Greek and Roman, and Norse, all living in the same world, all very like located in America. So I want to know like what happens when a Norse god and a Greek god like cross paths. Like, how does that work? That'd be interesting. Maybe we'll get to that in the next couple books. I hope so. I would love to know more about that. But yeah, I gave it 5 stars because I love Rick Riordan's writing and I love his humor. And yes, 5 stars. And then I finished this book May 1st, but it was like 8 AM on May 1st, so I'm including it in the April wrap up. And that is Soldier by Julie Kagawa. This is the third book in the Talon Saga. The Talon Saga is about a girl named Ember, and she's a dragon that can shapeshift into human form. They have to basically learn to integrate into human society so they can hide, so they won't be killed. And she meets a guy who is from the Order of St. George, which his whole purpose is to hunt and kill dragons. And from there, things go cuckoo bananas. Now, it's the third book in the series, and it is also cuckoo bananas. I gave it 4 stars, 3.5, like 3.75. Like, some of it felt super fillery, and other parts, like the end, like a lot of stuff happened at the end, which I didn't like some of the things that happened because they were sad. Also, like, there is a love triangle in this book. I'm not one that really likes the love triangle trope, but I don't mind it in these books because, like, I'm like Ember. I'm like, yeah, go Riley, and then I'm like, no, go Garrett. And I can't make my mind up, so I don't know how she's supposed to make her mind up if I can't even do it. So yeah, give it 4 stars. That is all the books I read in April. So for my May TBR, I'm hoping that my copy of The Raven King actually comes this month. Please, Amazon, I'm begging you. Fingers crossed, it's supposed to come Thursday, so hopefully. I've also started The Winter's Kiss, the last book in the Winter Trilogy. I'm about 100 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. It's moving very fast, which I like, because I was worried about how slow the beginning was going to be because of certain things that happened at the end of the second book. That is not a problem so far. So I'm really enjoying this. During next month are The Hidden Oracle, which is book 1 of Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. It is about Apollo makes Zeus angry and Zeus turns him into immortal. And it's his hijinks and journeys. I love Apollo. He's my favorite Greek god. If I had to be a demigod, I'd like him to be my father. The sun god, right? Like, who wouldn't want to be related to the god of the sun? Never have to deal with rain or snow ever again. The other book I'm planning on reading is The Crown, which is book 5 of the Selection Trilogy. Like, I know those books are like cheesy fluff, but like, it's my guilty pleasure. Cheesy fluff. Cheesy fluff. Cheesy fluff is where it's at. I don't really like to try and plan out what I'm gonna read too much because I like to be able to pick up whatever book I'm feeling at the time. So I kind of did it this month, which is why there's like a huge variety of like random books. I've been feeling fantasy lately, so maybe I'll pick up a fantasy. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even know what I'm gonna read next month. Alright, so that's it for my April wrap up and my May TBR. Alright, so I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!